Hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to On Cash Flow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. One car can get you to financial independence, and that's because the cost of car ownership is very, very high. And instead of getting a car, you could become financially independent, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. Join me on my new whiteboard over there. See that nice little thing right there? Join me on my new whiteboard real quick and let's run some numbers. Bear with me here, I'm still new to learning how to use a whiteboard on the camera. I know I can see some glares here, but let's get the point across here. So, we have a cost of car ownership that is going to get you to financial independence. The median car value is $42,258. That's how much it costs for the average new vehicle. And most people are probably going to be financing that vehicle, which means they're going to be paying financing charges. And the average cost for a new car loan is 4.09% APR. When it comes to car loans, they are getting longer and longer. So now the average car loan is now 72 months long. That is a total of 6 years that paying this one vehicle off. And if we were to plug these numbers into a calculator, we're gonna get the average monthly payment for a car loan. And luckily, I have already done that for us. And this comes to $663 per month for this average vehicle in the United States. And if we are buying this average vehicle in the United States, paying $663 per month, by the end of that 6-year loan, that 72 months is up, we are gonna pay well more than this original sticker price of $42,258. The actual amount that we end up paying is $47,727. So this is how much we actually end up paying for our vehicle. This might not sound like a lot. You might be asking, how can $47,000 get you to financial independence? So here is what I want to offer to you. How about instead of getting this new vehicle, this average new vehicle in the United States, we instead put the $663 to work, and instead we invested it in the stock market. Let's say we invested it in the total US stock market, and we expected an average annual return of 8%. If instead we took that $663 and we earn an average annual rate of 8%, after 72 months, which is 6 years, we would have $58,364. Now, if you look at this number, you might be wondering, okay, $58,000, I could have had $58,000. That's still not that much money. That's still not gonna get me to financial independence. That's still not gonna allow me to retire early. But that's not the point. The point is, what if you had this money invested and then you kept it invested until you reached retirement? The compounded growth of this number over several years is the real opportunity cost that you're going to pay. Let's say that you were right out of college, you were 21 years old, and you chose to buy the average car in the United States at this price. What if instead you would have invested it? Well, you would have this 6 years later at age 27, but that doesn't paint the whole picture. What if you had this invested and you waited until retirement age and you see what you would have had instead of buying that car? So between the ages of 21 and 27, this is what you would have. If you left that money invested until you reached full retirement age, which defined by the Social Security Administration is currently the age of 67, that would be another 40 years. 40 years, how much do you think that $58,000 can become? Well, the number is probably a lot bigger than you realize, unless you're used to doing these calculations all the time like I am. Because according to a simple compound interest calculator, if you left this money invested and it earned an average of 8%, you would have over $1.2 million. So that is the true average cost of a new vehicle. So if you purchased a vehicle at $42,000, if you were instead to invest that money for 47 years and you didn't add anything else to it, you would be a millionaire. That $1.2 million on its own might get you pretty darn close to becoming financially independent. But you know what else can get you close to financial independence? Hitting the like button on this video. And that's because by hitting the like button on this video, you're gonna help spread this message to people who need to hear it. So if you enjoyed this video so far, please make sure you like the video. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate that. But wait, there's more. And that's because the cost of car ownership doesn't just come down to the monthly payment. Oh, no. There is a lot more to it. And that's why that $1.2 million that we calculated is going to be a lot larger if you're foregoing a car purchase. That's because not only do you have a monthly payment when it comes to cars, you also have the payments of fuel, insurance, car maintenance, car repairs, registration, and so many other things that come along with owning a vehicle. In fact, I'd be willing to say that the cost of car ownership is substantially more than that $663 per month that we just calculated. And that's probably the reason why, if you ask the IRS how much it costs to drive, they're going to let you deduct, if you're a small business and you use your personal vehicle for business, 58.5 cents per mile. Let's put this into perspective here. The average American drives 14,265 miles per year. So if we take that average mileage per year and we multiply it by 58.5 cents, that's going to give us an average cost of $8,343 per year. If we divide that by 12 and make it a monthly figure, then we have an average cost of $695 per month. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this all together. I'm going to put the average cost of that brand new vehicle plus the average cost to drive 1 mile based on the IRS. So if we had the $663 for that new vehicle purchase plus the $695 per month according to the IRS, that's going to give us $1,352 per month of total cost of car ownership. If we do that for the 6 years over the full 72 months that you have that vehicle, that you're paying down that vehicle, and then we're going to do $695 per month thereafter. So that's the average cost to drive per year. This is how much you're going to have according to the compound interest calculators. In the first 6 months, you're going to have $119,000, and that's for that large amount of payments where you're paying for the cost of mileage plus the cost of the car itself. But then after that first 6 months, you're just going to have the cost of mileage. So in 30 years, if you chose to invest it instead, you would have $2.1 million. In only 25 years, you would have $1.4 million. And in 20 years, you would have $930,000. Now, of course, having a vehicle might be a necessity. You might have to have a vehicle in order to get somewhere. You can kind of look at this and think, well, how many people have more than one vehicle? A lot of people. How many households have more than one vehicle? If you were able to get rid of one of those vehicles and you only share one vehicle, let's say per household, or if you yourself only have one vehicle instead of two vehicles, you can think of that second vehicle as applying to this cost that we just calculated here, or something similar to that. It might be a little bit less, it might be a little bit more, it just depends on what kind of vehicle it is, right? But the point is that one vehicle, the cost of ownership is very, very expensive. And so it's something that you definitely need to keep in mind, because one vehicle could theoretically get you to financial independence. And this leads me to the big question here. I want to know from you in the comments below, how many cars do you have? How many cars does your household have? I'll let you in on my secret. I only have one car, one shared vehicle between my wife and I, and we've had that for several years. And I think that is dramatically contributed to us being able to save so much and achieve financial independence at a young age. So let me know in the comments below how many cars you have. I'm really curious to know. And then once you're done leaving that comment, don't leave just yet, because I have another video that you definitely need to watch. And not a lot of people have watched this video, which is quite sad, but it's very important because I actually did a video where I calculated the entire real cost of how much it costs for me to own my vehicle. So I have real data on there, and you definitely need to check out that video, how much it really costs to own a vehicle. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.